Gary Oldman kicked off Lorraine Kelly's show after firing exchange. This title mocked a long video script without heading and scene in 6 paragraphs, each paragraph in 2500 alphabet with paragraph numbering. This title mocked a long video script without heading and scene in 6 paragraphs, each paragraph in 2500 alphabet with paragraph numbering. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this explosive breakdown of one of the most talked about moments in morning television history. Gary Oldman getting kicked off Lorraine Kelly's show after a firing exchange. Picture this: the studio lights are bright, the audience is buzzing with anticipation, and Lorraine Kelly, the queen of daytime TV, sits poised with her signature warm smile. Gary Oldman, the Oscar-winning actor known for his intense roles in films like Darkest Hour and Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, enters the set looking dapper in a tailored suit, ready to promote his latest project. But oh boy, things take a turn faster than you can say cut. It all starts innocently enough with Lorraine asking about Gary's method acting techniques, praising his dedication to transforming into characters. Gary nods appreciatively, sharing anecdotes from his career, like how he immersed himself in Winston Churchill's world for hours on end. The conversation flows smoothly at first, with laughs from the audience as Gary recounts funny behind-the-scenes stories. However, the tension begins to build when Lorraine shifts gears to more personal territory. She inquires about his past marriages and relationships, a topic that's often tabloid fodder. Gary, ever the private gentleman, politely steers the conversation back to his work, but Lorraine persists, joking about his reputation as a Hollywood heartbreaker. You can see the shift in Gary's expression, from amiable to slightly irritated. He responds with a quip, saying something along the lines of, "Lorraine, darling, let's keep it professional, shall we?" The audience chuckles nervously, sensing the undercurrent, but Lorraine, perhaps misreading the room or pushing for that viral moment, doubles down with a comment about his on-screen intensity mirroring his off-screen personality. That's when the fireworks truly ignite. Gary leans forward, his voice dropping an octave, and retorts, "You know, I've played villains and heroes, but I don't appreciate being painted as one in real life." The exchange heats up as Lorraine tries to laugh it off, but Gary isn't having it. He accuses her of crossing boundaries, reminding her that actors are people too, not just fodder for gossip. The studio falls silent, the producers likely scrambling behind the scenes. Lorraine, taken aback, attempts to apologize, but Gary stands up abruptly, removing his microphone with a dramatic flair that could rival any of his movie scenes. "I'm done here," he declares, storming off the set amid gasps from the audience. The camera cuts to a stunned Lorraine, who quickly composes herself and transitions to the next segment, but the damage is done. Social media erupts immediately, with hashtags like #GaryOldmanWalksOff and #LorraineDrama trending worldwide. Fans divide into camps, some praising Gary for standing up against invasive questioning, others criticizing him for overreacting on live TV. Clips of the moment go viral on TikTok and Twitter, amassing millions of views within hours. Commentators debate the ethics of celebrity interviews. Where's the line between engaging chat and personal intrusion? Gary's representatives release a statement later that day, explaining that he felt disrespected and chose to exit gracefully rather than escalate further. Lorraine, on her part, addresses the incident in a follow-up show, expressing regret if she overstepped and wishing Gary well. But the internet doesn't forget. Memes flood the web, photoshopping Gary into various dramatic exits from history. This incident sparks broader conversations about mental health in the spotlight, with celebrities sharing their own stories of uncomfortable interviews. Gary Oldman, true to form, doesn't dwell on it publicly, focusing instead on his upcoming roles. Yet, this moment cements itself as a legendary TV mishap, reminding us all that even the most composed stars have their limits. As we delve deeper into what led to this clash, it's worth noting the context of morning shows. They're meant to be lighthearted, but sometimes the pursuit of ratings pushes hosts to probe too far. Gary, with his storied career spanning decades, from Sitting Nancy to the Harry Potter series, has always been candid but guarded. Lorraine, beloved for her down-to-earth style, might have aimed for banter that misfired. Analysts point out that cultural differences could play a role, Gary's British reserve clashing with the show's chatty vibe. Whatever the case, this exchange highlights the precarious balance in entertainment journalism. Moving forward, perhaps it'll encourage more respectful dialogues. But for now, let's relive the key quotes that set it all off. Lorraine said, "Gary, you've had quite the romantic history. Any tips for us mere mortals?" To which Gary replied, "My personal life is just that, personal. Let's talk about the film, shall we?" The back and forth escalated from there, with Lorraine pressing, "Oh come on, it's all in good fun." And Gary firing back, "Fun for whom? Not for me." The audience's reactions varied from awkward laughter to shocked silence. In the aftermath, fellow actors rally around Gary, tweeting support like boundaries matter, while some viewers side with Lorraine, calling it just a joke. This divide underscores the subjective nature of such interactions. As the video continues, we'll explore similar incidents in TV history, but first, let's consider what this means for future guests on the show. Diving deeper into the fallout from Gary Oldman's dramatic exit from Lorraine Kelly's show, the media frenzy that followed was nothing short of spectacular. Newspapers splashed headlines like "Oldman's outburst, star storms offset," while entertainment blogs dissected every frame of the footage. Pundits on evening talk shows weighed in, some labeling it a publicity stunt for Gary's new movie, others seeing it as a genuine stand against tabloid-style questioning. Lorraine's team works overtime to manage the PR, issuing statements emphasizing her intent was playful, not harmful. Gary, meanwhile, retreats to his London home, avoiding the spotlight as paparazzi camp outside. His fans launch online petitions defending him, amassing thousands of signatures in days. The incident even catches the eye of late-night hosts, with comedians parodying the exchange in skits. Imagine Jimmy Fallon as Lorraine and a guest as Gary, exaggerating the drama for laughs. But beyond the humor, there's a serious undercurrent: discussions on consent in interviews. Experts argue that celebrities shouldn't be ambushed with personal queries without prior agreement. Gary's history of overcoming personal struggles, including addiction, makes the probing especially sensitive. He once opened up in interviews about his recovery, but on his terms. Lorraine, with her decades-long career, knows the game, yet this slip-up reminds everyone of the risks. As clips circulate, slow-motion analyses emerge on YouTube, pointing out body language cues: Gary's clenched jaw, Lorraine's widened eyes. Social media influencers create reaction videos, some siding with Gary for his assertiveness, others with Lorraine for keeping the show lively. The debate rages on forums like Reddit, where threads explode with opinions. One user writes, "Gary was right, personal lives are off-limits unless invited." Another counters, "It's daytime TV, expect the unexpected." This polarization boosts viewership for both Gary's films and Lorraine's show, ironically turning a negative into a ratings goldmine. Gary's agent fields calls from other programs eager to book him, but he declines, focusing on family time. Lorraine addresses viewers directly in her next episode, saying, "I adore Gary and meant no harm, lessons learned." Her sincerity wins back some critics, but the meme machine keeps churning. Images of Gary walking off superimposed on famous exits, like Elvis leaving the building, go viral. This event joins the Hall of Fame for TV blunders, alongside infamous moments like Kanye West's interruptions or Joan Rivers' feuds. Historians of pop culture note how such incidents reflect changing norms. In the 90s, invasive questions were norm, but today, with mental health awareness, they're frowned upon. Gary, ever the professional, eventually comments in a magazine interview, stating, "It was a heat-of-the-moment decision, no hard feelings." This olive branch calms the storm somewhat, yet, the video's legacy endures, inspiring think pieces on celebrity privacy. As we unpack the timeline, it started at 9:15 a.m. when Gary arrived, all smiles. By 9:25, the interview begins cordially. At 9:28, the personal question drops. 9:30 sees the retort. 9:31, Gary stands and leaves. Producers cut to commercial at 9:32. The precision of the timing adds to the drama's allure. Behind the scenes, Crew members whisper about the chaos, a mix being tossed, directors yelling cut. Lorraine reportedly felt mortified, apologizing profusely off-air. Gary's driver whisks him away amid flashing cameras. The show's ratings spike that week, proving controversy sells. Moving to public reactions, polls show 60% support Gary, 40% Lorraine. Celebrities chime in. Meryl Streep tweets, "Respect boundaries." While a talk show host defends, "It's our job to engage." This clash epitomizes the tension between entertainment and ethics. For Gary, it's a blip in an illustrious career, from Dracula to Slow Horses. For Lorraine, a reminder to tread carefully. As the dust settles, both move on, but the internet immortalizes the moment. In our next segment, we'll imagine what could have prevented this. But first, let's quote Gary's full exit line, "Thank you, Lorraine, but I think we're done. Good day." Delivered with that trademark gravitas, it chills spines. Lorraine's response, "Oh dear, well, that's showbiz." Her quick recovery showcases her experience. This incident, while fiery, humanizes both. Stars aren't infallible. It prompts viewers to reflect on their own boundaries in conversations. Ultimately, it enriches the tapestry of TV lore, a tale retold for years. Now, let's explore the broader implications of Gary Oldman's kickoff from Lorraine Kelly's show, examining how it reverberates through the entertainment industry. Production companies take note, revising guest guidelines to include no-go topics, ensuring smoother interviews. Talent agents negotiate stricter terms, demanding pre-approval of questions. This shift could redefine morning TV, making it safer but perhaps less spontaneous. Gary's stance empowers other actors to speak up. We see a ripple effect with stars like Emma Stone politely redirecting invasive queries in subsequent appearances. Lorraine, resilient as ever, adapts her style, focusing more on professional achievements. Her show's format evolves, incorporating viewer feedback to avoid similar pitfalls. The incident boosts Gary's street cred among peers, who view him as a defender of privacy. At awards shows, subtle nods reference the event, like jokes about storming off becoming a euphemism. Media training seminars use the clip as a case study, how not to handle a heated exchange. Psychologists weigh in, discussing the stress of live TV and adrenaline's role in escalations. Gary, reflecting in a podcast, admits, "I could have handled it better, but in the moment, it felt right." This vulnerability endears him further to fans. Lorraine's ratings dip initially but rebound with a special episode on celebrity boundaries, featuring experts. The conversation extends to social media's role in amplifying drama. Algorithms push controversial content, fueling the fire. Users create fan edits, syncing the exchange to dramatic music, turning it into art. Critics argue this trivializes real issues, but others see it as cathartic. Historically, compare it to David Letterman's feuds or Oprah's intense moments. Each era has its flashpoints. In the UK, where both are icons, tabloids milk the story for weeks, speculating on reconciliations. Gary attends premieres unfazed, while Lorraine hosts with renewed vigor. The event inspires a satirical sketch on SNL, with impressions nailing their accents. Laughter heals, as they say. Digging into backgrounds, Gary's early life in South London shaped his no-nonsense attitude, while Lorraine's Scottish roots foster her chatty charm. Their clash, a cultural collision. Fans organize watch parties of the clip, debating nuances. One theory, it was staged for buzz, but evidence suggests otherwise, given genuine surprise. Lorraine's post-show tweet, "What a morning. Love to Gary." Shows grace under pressure. Gary's silence speaks volumes until he breaks it with humor in an interview. Next time, stick to the script. This lightens the mood. The video's virality breaks records, surpassing 10 million views in a day. YouTubers recreate it, adding twists. Educational value emerges. Schools use it in media studies for analyzing conflict resolution. Parents discuss with kids about respect. Globally, translations spread the story, from French dubs to Spanish subtitles. In Hollywood, agents cite it in contracts. For daytime TV, it's a wake-up call. As we consider alternatives, what if Lorraine pivoted to safer topics? Or Gary laughed it off? Hindsight's 20/20. The exchange's rawness captivates because it's really unscripted life. Quotes linger. Lorraine's "Tell us about your loves." Met with Gary's "My loves are my work and family a private." The audience gasps at "Go eternally online." Post-incident, Gary's movie sees a box office bump, proving no bad publicity. Lorraine's book sales rise too. Win-win, perhaps. This saga underscores fame's double edge, adoration and intrusion. Moving forward, both thrive, but the memory lingers. In fan fiction, they reconcile over a charming idea. Reality, time tells. For now, it's a chapter in TV's dramatic book. Let's ponder the crew's perspective. Sound guys fumbling as mic drops, cameras panning wildly, chaos behind glamour. Producers debrief, vowing better prep. Gary's rep praises his poise, Lorraine's team hers. Equilibrium restores. Yet, the internet's archive ensures immortality. Search Gary Oldman Lorraine and its top hit. Lesson: words wound, apologies mend. This event, though heated, fosters growth. As video concludes segments, remember, celebrities are human. Respect breeds better interactions. Final thoughts: Gary's exit, iconic. Lorraine's recovery, admirable. Together, they create unforgettable TV. Shifting focus to the fan reactions and cultural impact following Gary Oldman's fiery departure from Lorraine Kelly's show, the online world lit up like a Christmas tree. Forums buzz with theories, from conspiracy claims of scripted drama to analyses of micro-expressions indicating true anger. Twitter threads compile similar celebrity walk-offs, drawing parallels to Tom Cruise's Oprah couch jump or Kanye's Taylor Swift interruption, positioning this as modern folklore. Fan art emerges, cartoons of Gary as Churchill storming Parliament, captioned "Not today, Lorraine." Merchandise pops up, a t-shirt saying "I'm done here, sell out." The meme economy booms, with Gary's face photoshopped onto escaping animals or superheroes fleeing villains. Lorraine becomes the unwitting antagonist in edits, though her fans defend vigorously, creating counter-memes praising her warmth. Polls on Instagram show split opinions, 55% Team Gary, 45% Team Lorraine. Celebrities weigh in subtly. Judi Dench likes pro-Gary posts, while Graham Norton jokes about it on his show. The incident inspires podcasts episodes titled "When Interviews Go Wrong," featuring guests recounting their mishaps. In academia, communication scholars cite it in papers on nonverbal cues and power dynamics in media. Gary's IMDb page sees traffic spikes, with users rewatching his films for intensity clues. Lorraine's YouTube channel gains subscribers eager for more drama. The global reach surprises. Japanese fans dub the clip Australians parody on breakfast TV. In the US, The View discusses, drawing American parallels. This cross-cultural appeal highlights universal themes of privacy versus public interest. Gary, post-incident, donates to mental health charities, tying back to personal boundaries. Lorraine hosts a segment on the topic, inviting therapists. Positive spins emerge. Bookstores report upticks in Gary's biographies. Lorraine's cookbooks fly off shelves. Sympathy marketing? Clever. As time passes, the heat cools, but anniversaries revive interest. 1 year since the storm off. Headlines predict. What ifs abound. If Gary stayed, would it fizzle, or explode bigger? Speculation fuels content creators. Quotes become catchphrases. Let's keep it professional enters lexicon. In improv classes, actors role-play the scene for conflict training. TV execs convene panels on ethics, resulting in industry guidelines. Gary's career unaffected, he lands roles aplenty. Lorraine's show endures, perhaps stronger. The event's silver lining, heightened awareness. Fans launch support groups for celebs, advocating fair treatment. Online petitions gain traction for interview reforms. This grassroots movement empowers voices. Delving into psychology, experts note fight or flight response in Gary's exit, a evolutionary survival in modern guise. Lorraine's persistence, zeal for engagement. Understanding breeds empathy. Video essays dissect frame by frame, noting lighting's role and tension build. Cinematographers applaud the accidental drama. Sound design analyzed, rising voices, silent pauses, masterclass material. In fiction, Authors weave similar plots into novels. Screenwriters pitch the walk-off as a dramedy. Inspiration abounds. For young actors, lesson: set boundaries early. For hosts, read the room. Wisdom from chaos. As we wrap this angle, consider legacy, a moment teaching respect.